It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
It's all fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen.
Well, good morning to you guys. Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the stream, PV. Dropping a quick like. Sleep time for you. Well, then, you should be off to bed. What's up, Red? How are you doing? We have to grind for some units because Alliance or Season is about to start. That means masteries need to come off and they need to go back on and all that other stuff, which by extension means it costs units. Them scoundrels. What's up, Mr. Noobs? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Someone took down the tree in the intro. Yes. I took down the tree in the intro. Because I can do that. Because it's my tree. Hey, what's up, Ash? How are you doing? Let's smack it up. Right. Keep on clapping. So what do you guys think about Toad and Sauron thus far? Those are the Christmas spirit. What is the Christmas spirit? Christmas over. You just keep the same mastery for whole season? No, not really. I mean, I can if I really want to, but I typically don't. As in, like, I do have like one generic setup that I use to set up Alliance War defense, and I often use for offense as well. But sometimes, you know, if you use different champions, you need either tweak your masteries or most often when we have the days break in between Alliance War season weeks, like we get 3 wars, then we have like a day's break, stuff like that. That's quite frequently when I spec Liquid Courage Double Edge back on. Or obviously if I grind for a champion, then I keep switching them. So it looks a bit more shiny than he should. Whatever do you mean by that? Both look like that? I don't think they do. No, the spirits are in peace. Oh, I don't think they both look like that. Okay, he pulled CGR on 6-star basic yesterday. You get any guides on him? Is he good and duped? Yes, he is good and duped, and I do have some guides on him, yes. Any suggestions for fighting Penny? Well, the key is just to hit her block all the time, basically. That's what you want to be doing. But everybody hates fighting Penny. It's very annoying to fight Penny. And most of the time you kind of want to use champions that... Well, for Magneto is very good for it. There are some other decently good options, but it's kind of like about using champions that do not get power drained. Like Venompool, King Groot, stuff like that. They can handle her quite well. What's up, ZeroFrostNinja? How are you doing? Someone is early today. Yes. I will try to make this the standard start time for streams. Shiny Pokemon. Complete 541. Lifesteal is so fun. Yeah, Lifesteal is definitely fun. Lifesteal is a very nice, fun, and easy node. Nothing wrong with that. What's up, Adish Panchal? How are you doing? What's up, K-Dog? Yeah, Sauron definitely looks really Liquid Courage Double Edge friendly. I do like that. I do like that a lot. Hopefully his numbers hold up. Use Super Skull for Penny? Super Skull technically is a counter for Penny. Kind. But he's not awesome. His Super Skull sucks. Is Awaken X23 worth rank 5? I do not think I would do that. No, I would say no. Someone should ask the OG dinosaurs about the extinction mode. Yeah, I find that extinction mode quite heartless. As an ancestor of dinosaurs, I'm offended. Am I an ancestor of dinosaurs? I don't know. Nobody does. Well, I know that crocodiles and birds are, you know. So, on their behalf, I'm offended. You want questions? Level 60 required for getting rank 3 6 time? Levels, you will need to be level 60 if you do not have sigil. So kind of, yeah. If you do not have summoner sigil, you do need that level 60 to have enough inventory space, I believe. Good thing they're all dead so they can't cancel him. I know, right? Imagine if they were on Twitter. Kabam would be getting it right now. Yeah, it's level 60 or having sigil. We do not condone crocs at all. Yeah, no, Sauron not copyrighted for Lord of the Rings. Not this Sauron, anyways. But yeah, a lot of people had never heard of this Sauron, but know the Lord of the Rings Sauron, so it's kind of funny. Alright, let's get some more points. And this endless cycle of mind-numbing, depressing arenas. I mean, Jesus Christ. Dinosaurs built spaceships and left Earth when people showed up. I would not rule that out. Maybe they did. In a 12-hour workday today, still managed to jump on stream. Don't say I don't love you, Katie. I know you do. I know you do, Zero. Love comes and goes, unfortunately, but you do love me. Just not all day, every day. Like, were you thinking about me whilst you were working? I don't think so. I'm liking his animations super. Yeah, animations are cool for both of the champs, to be honest. Hey, what's up, Toms? How are you doing? Hello to you in the New Year's. How has the year started to you, huh? Always a critic? Hey. If I don't, who will? Zero. If I don't, who will? Who will like everybody else lets you off the hook, right? That's what makes me different. Who loves anyone all day, every day? Well, I'm asking Zero that. And speaking of it, Lego Bat. I think I watched the Lego Bat movie. I think I did. Some of the things in those are quite funny. Toad and Immortal A-Bomb, all three. And should talk once. What? What? But what? Hey, what's up, Sai? How are you doing? Good morning to you. How do you copyright a name anyways? Well, I mean, you do. When you come up with like a... And like all of the titles of the superheroes, like, they are copyrighted. Like, you can't just randomly make a movie entitled Iron Man or something like that. Watched the new season of Witcher? Yes, I did. I liked the new season of Witcher quite a lot. I wasn't the biggest fan of the way it ended, but I liked it a lot. I think it was cool. Me and my girlfriend binged it in like 2 days. Toad seems like quite a frustrating fella to fight against, doesn't he? Need to find time to binge it as well. Not during my streams, you won't. Little bastard. Oh, come on. No, I'm gonna take so much damage. But yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I wouldn't even blame you. I haven't watched the Cobra Kai latest season yet. But apparently there are some good animes starting January 2022. All starting now. Ryan is coming in with a fire. I just wanted to say I love your response. Thank you very much.
Barden $5. Just wanted to say I loved your response vid to Brian Grant and Katie Candy. Keep up the good work.
I shall do my best to oblige, Ryan. Thank you very much for the fiver. Definitely appreciate that. I want to see what's going to happen in the game over the next couple of months. I truly do. We know that January is kind of like a dead month. Nothing really is going to change. But after that, I really want to see what happens. And what Kabam does. It's called, just started watching anime called Sama King. What is it about? What is it about? Looking forward to seeing Wesemir, because he's sassy as fucking games. He wasn't overly sassy here though. I don't think he was too sassy. I mean, I like his character and all, but I don't think he's all that sassy. Can we do a poll? What poll do you need, James? I finished up champion boss for the first time yesterday. I used 6 revives only. Pulled 6-star grand pull from the cows and pulled 6-star rank chief and 6-star basic. Nice, congratulations, Sarge. Very good, very good. Happy for you. I got 5-star Weapon X. I have 5-star mutant gem. Should I use the... I would not. Weapon X isn't that great of a champion. It really isn't. I mean, it's not like awful, but it definitely isn't that great. Look at that unduped Mallman, what a loser. Could have duped him if I wanted to. I'll dupe him eventually somehow. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Thanks, Katie. No worries, you're welcome. Next tells me if a show is animated, that makes an anime. No, it does not. It does not make an anime. There are many different forms of animation. And, you know, most popularly, the thing that people refer to an animated show is cartoon. Just because the show is animated, that does not make it anime by any stretch of an imagination. So yeah, no. Dex is a moron then. Hey, what's up, Hammerthorn? How are you doing? Back at work today. So feeling nicely depressed. You're not alone. I have a girlfriend in the room next to me who is exactly in the same boat. Back to work today. She's not too happy about it. James missed the whole point of conversation. Well, that's not surprising. About young prince who is deaf and can't speak, so they think he isn't fit to be king. Really good anime. So, is he good though? Okay, send me the trailer. I'll check it out. What's up, Slinger? How are you doing? Now for 631, I was thinking of bringing in AA, Warlock and Sim Supreme for Medusa boss. All of those champions work really well. Yes. All three of them work. All three of them work. Hey, what's up, Robert? How are you doing? The term anime has been bastardized beyond recognition, though, with companies like Netflix calling Castlevania an anime. Yeah, I know what you mean, and it is true. It is true. They are trying to leech off that name, but anime is a very specific type of animation, like that. He doesn't read half of messages I sent and says he doesn't understand what I mean. That sounds like James. That sounds like a James thing to do, yes. Marvel knows the difference. They made Wolverine anime in the Japanese style. Well, there you go. Thanks for advice. No worries, Sarge. Did apologize. I did take Apocalypse to rank 4 last night, though, and use gem on him. Happy with the rank up, no regrets. Very good. Very good. So congratulations on your first rank 4. Hope I'm doing well. Well, I hope I am too. How about that? Let me join you on that hope. I hope I am doing well too. Yeah, we're Wasp hits harder than Juggernaut. Why not? Juggernaut has never hit exceptionally hard, has he? And Wasp, you know, Wasp is nothing to be messed with. Wasp can, you know, go into giant mode and hit very, very hard. Let's up the bunch. So full of it. Send a membership? Very good, I'll check it out later. W go Punisher, how are you doing? How are you doing? Only 2 more days of people asking when will the gifting rank rewards come. Only 2 more days of people asking that question. Ah. Seeing a lot of Gambit haters. Was it always like this? Ever since Deadpool made Gambit his bitch, there have been a lot of people hating on Gambit. Yeah. I think so. Am I wrong, though? Am I wrong? Ever since Deadpool made Gambit his biatch. I'm taking Kang 7.3 down yesterday as well. Not as bad. Yeah, Kang's actually the easiest of the special bosses, so to speak. I think Kang is the easiest, Gwen Period second easiest, and Grandmaster is the harder one. Trying 7.2 again. Very well. Best of luck to you in 7.2 then. Best of luck to you. Oh, come on, really? 2%. When did Deadpool make Gambit his biatch? Well, there is this comic storyline where basically Deadpool bullies Gambit and then extorts him and demands like 2 million. I think somebody hired Deadpool to kill Gambit, and Gambit was begging to Deadpool not to kill him and offered him pay double the money so he leaves him alone or something like that. I'm sure some more comic book savvy people can enlighten you on that storyline, but Gambit didn't come out looking good from it, let me tell you that much. Oh, the attacker band again doesn't work. Very well then. That's fun. That's fun. The attacker band doesn't work again. Great stuff. I mean, for the record, Deadpool made entire Marvel Universe is bitch one. Yeah, I know there is a comic where Deadpool kills everybody in Marvel Universe, but I think, you know, when it's everybody, it can kind of be forgiven, you know? But when it's specifically one person, imagine you're watching a scary movie with your class, right? And you're the only person that shit their pants. Everybody's gonna make fun of you. But imagine if the movie is that scary that every single person shit their pants in movie theater. You know, nobody is gonna really start picking on you because of it, because everybody kind of like reacted similarly. So there's the difference. There's a difference, ZeroFrostNinja, for the record. If you don't single out someone, much harder to make fun of it. Where does Gambit get double any amount of money? Well, Gambit isn't poor, but he's like a gambler. And he used to be like a French thief, so he gets a lot of money, but he spends a lot of money. That's the basic idea. He's the type of guy who will never have loads of money because he wastes all of it. We couldn't get attacker bans or defensive tactic. Our opponents get both. Sounds perfectly fair and balanced, as all things should be. Thanos would love these alliance wars. Thanos would love these alliance wars. Moral of the story: if you shit your pants, make sure everybody else does too. Yeah, pretty much. Slap him silly. If you're drunk driving, kill the entire family in the one you hit, it's okay. When you plummet and all that, no, that's different, because there is still single victim who is not in the same position. It's a completely different situation, Slinger. Besides, what you should be establishing, because you are the one doing the evil deed, you just change your target. It's not that you are being humiliated or put in a discomfortable situation, so to speak. If anything, it's more in lines of, okay, I'm not gonna go that. I was about to go someplace very, very dark. But the point is about not being singled out. But in your example, you are the single perpetrator. The better thing would be if you are a drunk driver and you kill an old lady, it's one thing. But if the government, like I know, creates new traffic rules which allow everybody to kill old ladies with their vans, and there are thousands of people who are driving old ladies every day, does that, you know, that's the difference there. That is the difference, not who you target. It's more versus if it's something that only occurred to you, or if it's something that everybody else around you can do. And again, it's still not even the same thing, because this would be a considered, deliberate act, a decision that you make, and the other one is, you know, just a natural response. So you're actually very shit, because this example is absolutely irrelevant to the situation. Oh yeah, I've heard that basically the standard version of Gambit is kind of like the shitty version of Gambit, because he got lobotomized. That's another thing about Gambit. Gambit's literally lobotomized. So that also is not doing him any favors. I mean, I'm just saying. The boy doesn't have an easy life. Hey, what's up, Rafa? How are you doing? and shitloads of money. You can't get anything better than shitty torn flapjack. Yeah, flapjack, it's quite cool though. What's up, Noah? How are you doing? That's what I was going for. Deadpool kills, drunk driver kills. What you were going for. Explain that reasoning further. Because at the moment I find it somewhat devoid of logic. Great, no one is here. Why are you so happy that no one is here? I don't like no one much anymore. I used to like no one. Ever since the whole Croc debacle. I'm kind of indifferent to that entire situation. It's like, in my mind, the real no one has died and we got some shitty reboot sequel. Deadpool's OP, he even made that the same. Deadpool is like an amazing gag character, like, cause that's how he started. He was meant to be gag character. Sarcasm intended. Why would you be sarcastic about that, James? What has no one ever done to you? Besides, if I recall correctly, you defended the whole Croc shtick initially. Yeah. Deadpool and Thanos is... Deadpool, Thanos, and Death is, you know, very interesting storyline. It makes so much sense. If you stop to think about it, it makes so much sense. So literally, the incarnate, like, embodiment of Death gets pursued sexually by a purple alien, and then gets cock-blocked by a disgustingly looking mutant. Beautiful, beautiful world where we live in. Be like chat deeping. Yeah, true. Okay, he said example was off because it was deliberate act killing the old lady. This is the family in one. But Deadpool killing the entire universe is kind of deliberate. But yes, here's the difference, Slinger. We're not discussing what Deadpool does, we're discussing what happens to everybody else. We're putting it from the victim's point of view. The same example in the cinema. It's not about the cinematographer who is creating the movie to make everybody empty with their bowels. It's much more about the people's reaction to it, or as in like the people being subjected to somebody else's decisions and their reaction to it. And how would you react if somebody put a gun to your head, for instance, or committed a crime on you, or whatever. And the same situation with Deadpool killing off the entire Marvel universe. It's not like they did anything. They just got, you know, killed, destroyed. One thing, if, let's put it like this. Imagine if instead of Deadpool, it's a toddler. It's the most cutest looking toddler, you know, that ever has walked on Earth. Or even better, imagine a pet puppy. Imagine a pet puppy. And pet puppy violently attacks a grown man and, you know, chews his head off. You'd think, like, the man's a pussy, or there's something, you know, very weird because a pet puppy can't do that, or he shouldn't be able to do that. But if that pet puppy then goes on to destroy an entire town and kills everybody in it, you wouldn't focus on the single man that got subjected to somebody else's crime or whatever attack. Because if something unlikely happens to one person, you know, it is very easy to single it out, make fun of it, or whatever else. But if it encompasses a large amount of people, it's much harder to do so, and it immediately takes off your ability to make fun of it, and, you know, B, completely refocuses the attention from the victim to the actual perpetrator. In this case, the Deadpool. Deadpool makes fun of one person, makes one person the bitch. You know, you can judge the person half of the time. Obviously, you can make your conclusions about the Deadpool, but you will much more also pay attention to who is the victim, how they reacted, what they did, and, you know, you can make fun of it or whatever else you want. But if he does it to thousands and millions of people, then you're going to be focused on the one thing that you can kind of characterize, group, put a label on, and discuss, which is the perpetrator, which is Deadpool. So that is major difference. So yeah, I know. Basically what I'm saying, Slinger, is you're wrong, I'm right. It was a shit example and completely missed the point. Buying for the anti-croc league, I couldn't tell you. Okay. Buying for the anti-croc league. Fair point. Which just makes me mad. I need to gawk and get annoyed, so call it a day. I mean, have you tried Ultron? You do know that Ultron can destroy the entire bit. Or well, half of their bit. You rank up 3 and would I rank 3 Undupe Tiger? No, I would not. I don't think I would. I didn't until I duped her. Let me put it like that. So yeah, I don't think I would. On another tier 1. Well, congratulations, T1. Will Thanos even... well, how will Thanos even bone death? I don't know, some body possession. They'll figure something out. Love finds a way. Don't worry too much. Love finds a way. Where's Vintage when you need him? I don't know. No, we're not just trying to discuss Deadpool's actions. We're trying to discuss the fact that Gambit is a little bitch. Today's Thronebreaker Catalyst deal good value? I don't know. I'm not so sure anything or much in this game is a great value. I'll be honest. As in, like, I'm really. Let me put it like this: 3 months ago, I would have bought that offer without thinking too much. Right now, I don't even really wanna. I'm just still kind of somewhat disgusted with Kabam. Good morning, Jack. So what death is Schrodinger's ghost chick? Maybe. Deadpool even killed Hulk? Aye, he did. But Hulk didn't. But here is the difference again. You can compare, you can go through the kill list of Deadpool, but Gambit was basically the biggest pussy. You know, Hulk died fighting, which, you know, can happen. Gambit, the little weaselly rat, begging for his life. Unless maybe it's Death doing the boning. Hey, you never know. Maybe purple aliens are into that. You never know. Maybe purple aliens are into that. Who are we to judge? We don't king shame here. Recommend 1 5-star rank 4 or 2 5-stars rank 3. Depends what are the 5 stars. Where you're at in the game. Where you're at in the game. If you really need... Do you really need 5-star rank 4s for any content that you're doing right now? And who is that rank 4 that you're trying to focus on? The answer and the result will be different pretty much every time, depending, you know, details. Sometimes it's better to have 2 rank 3s, sometimes it's better to have 1 rank 4. Oh yeah, Hulk definitely has massive range of power levels. Not yet uncollected. In which point I'd probably go 2 rank 3s. One-off nonsense. Oh, look at that. K-Dog is getting triggered. He's like, no, Hulk is better. Yeah. Don't make fun of Hulk. I have seen Don't Look Up. Found it very funny. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Alright, off to bed. See you in 10 minutes, Zero. See you in 10 minutes. Thanks, KT. It's a huge favor. No worries, you're welcome. But yeah, Don't Look Up is funny. Don't Look Up is funny. I just think how... You know, obviously there's a lot of political mention to it, which is kind of intriguing as well. Because the closest thing you can... Nah, what's the best way to say it? I'm just gonna keep that commentary to myself, but I found it very funny. Definitely. Fucked up movie? Yeah. But I kind of liked that it didn't have, like, you know, the... Okay, I'm not gonna spoil it for anyone, but I think it's cool. I kind of liked it for being fucked up, you know what I mean? Yeah, Squirrel Girl clapping Daddy Galactus is okay, but Deadpool versus Hulk. But not. Hey, Squirrel Girl is different. Are Arcane spoilers allowed? Well, how long has Arcane been out? How long has Arcane been out now? I think it's fair to go for like a month. So if it's been over a month, go for it. I like to do with scare you. It is quite scary. 2 months. Yeah, okay, then Arcane spoilers are allowed. Arcane spoilers are okay. So Katie likes fucked up things? Who doesn't? Of course I do. Of course I do. So in No Way Home spoilers will be allowed. I know, 1st of February. Fine, good, good. Yeah, No Way Home spoilers 1st of February is fine. Arcane spoilers are fine. This chat is certainly blue. This chat is very blue today. Chat's very blue today. I mean, I don't understand what you have against Squirrel Girl. I think the dodgiest thing about Squirrel Girl is the fact that Wolverine boinked her. I'm just saying, it's technically like a minor in comics. Wolverine is a bit of Jimmy Savile. So the X disagrees, but I think it's pretty safe to blame we for all of the problems they had to overcome the show. Pretty safe to blame we for all of the problems. I think it's actually kind of Wonder's fault, to be honest. I think if Wonder was a bit less of a pussy, all of it could have been sorted out immediately. Only thing Wonder had to do is off the, how do you call the main guy? And that's it. The main bad guy. Killmonger and Punisher 2099 look like a team made for me. Ooh, maybe. You all know your fancy skill gun. I do not. I absolutely do not. Yeah, update should be coming out later today. But we don't have any buffs, so there's gonna be, you know, no immediate reason to update even. Can't wait for rank rewards. Don't even. I guess. I'm gonna spoil Arcane, but I love Jinx. Oh yeah, Jinx is awesome. And Arcane spoilers are okay. It's been out for 2 months. I think it's fairly safe to talk about it. Wolverine ain't the one with the worst working history. One done Quicksilver. I might not know everything and everyone who they have boinked, so I was gonna go with Wolvie. Either way. Either way. I said nothing to anyone in any chat. Them having no buffs this month is also inexcusable. Yeah, it's just shit, man. It's just really how, like, this month is kind of like dead on content and excitement anyways. Would it really have been that hard to have a couple of buffs this month? At least the one, you know? And obviously then we have all the Kabam White Knights. Oh, it's normal, it's Christmas, shit like that. But hey, what's up, Costa? How are you doing? How are you doing, Costa? Says that doesn't bother me. Let's just say maybe the brother and sister duo visited Alabama too much. Jesus Christ. Hey, but hey, you know, it's good enough for Star Wars, it's good enough for Marvel. Where would you post that picture, Jacob? It's not like you can post a picture here, can you? Hey, what's up, Genric? How are you doing? Come on, just get wrecked, stupid Angela. Just get wrecked. Yeah, well, trust me. I don't think... Do you have any idea how much money this game has made throughout the years? Money was never the problem with Kabam. People are pretending like, you know, if Kabam doesn't make all the money in gifting events, they're gonna go under. They're a very profitable company with or without gifting event. Do you people understand that? It's not like on a month of, I don't know, March, they're trying to break even or something like that. They are making money. And they have been making money on this game for 6 or 7 years. People are pretending it's like, oh no, you know, if we want the game to continue, Kabam needs to make money. I don't understand why are you people... Kabam is making money. That's the whole point. You know, even after the decline of this game, they are still like, you know, upper tier mobile game with high earnings. It has never and will never be about them, you know, not making, you know, when they're not gonna make money, when the people leave. As long as people play this game, they are making money. They could have had no gifting event and they would still, you know, have made money in December, plenty of it. Can Sauron incinerate with the synergy? Yes, he can. With the synergy, Sauron can incinerate. Oh, look at that. Jacob is about to become a Twitter troll. That would be exciting. I'd love to see that, to be honest. You must watch Calibra. What is Calibra about? It's Calibra. I just Mr. Krabs in a human suit. Yeah, probably he is. Yes, they reached. Nice. Very good job, Konstantin. Very good job. Yeah, the Hulk Ragnarok is definitely especially frustrating fight. Are you certain Kabam is profitable? Do you look at the financial sheets? I am 100% certain that MCOC is profitable. I'm not talking about Kabam. I'm not talking about Netmarble in general, which, by the way, they are Netmarble. Because Kabam has many other games. I can tell you for a fact that MCOC is the biggest Kabam's cash cow. Kabam has made plenty of other games, but MCOC is the only one that is as popular as it is. So yes, I am 100% certain this game is making money. What's up, Sam Cram? How are you doing? Guys, how long does it usually take for gifting rewards? Well, it's not about usually. Kabam specifically said it's going to be 6th, so 2 more days. 6th. KT, you want to see their gifting score? Don't pull it on stream, but I'm just funny how ridiculous all 10k line chat has always been the best drama. That's where I got it from. I'm not sure if that gifting score is real, but is it real? Are you sure? Can you, like, I have seen some of those screenshots going around, but just send it to me. I'll take a look at it, if that's the one you mean. I have seen some screenshots going around, but I don't know if that 500 million score is real or not. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised either way. I wouldn't be surprised somebody tried to fake it, and I wouldn't be surprised if it is real as well. 2 lifelong friends going on holiday and keep wrong decisions. Calibra. Okay, might need to watch that. Maybe I'll watch that. Tomato's best movie. A PTSD. Yeah, true. No, it's not the 550 million. Okay, then I'll take. I haven't seen it yet. Then send it to me for sure. Yeah, I know that. I have seen those screenshots. There are like 3 or 4 players with at least 4 rank 4s already. Okay, who is better for 7.3? Dupe Diablo, Dupe Fury, Black Dog Clairvoyant, or APOC? I think APOC's probably the more important one. APOC had some very crucial fights. Probably. Sent. Thank you. Right, let's take a look at it then. Let's take a look at it. What is that? That video is just. I mean, you sent me the screenshot of the player, but the scores of that one video, they're like very tiny. Like I'm back school completing unit assignment. Very good. Okay, oh, yeah, oh. Yeah, well. I just hope that many hammers are swung. But yeah, of course I knew there's gonna be a ton of it. One thing that people don't realize when they discuss these gifting event, you know, scores and stuff like that, and oh, they must have spent this much money. It's like, no, they probably spent significantly less. Probably spent 30 if they did that. The game after 2 years still on the nerf and joined 2 years ago. Kabam doesn't give a shit about veterans leaving. Yeah. Well, seems so. Like, what can I say to that? What can I say to that? Those are some nice thumb condoms. Yeah, they are. They actually do seem to be helpful. They actually do seem to be helpful, so I'm very happy with my thumbies. I'm gonna call them thumbies. And you can go fuck yourself, James, if you think it's funny. Very easy. Try making fun of that, and I swear to God, I'll give you a childhood trauma, even though you're not a child anymore. That's how much I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna take you all the way back to your childhood, and for the rest of your life, you're going to think that I bullied you when you were age 6. That's how much I'm gonna fuck you up. Mentally. You'll never be the same again. So, give it your best swing, James. How about that? Domino or X23? Neither. You read James? Very well done. Very well done. You have chosen your fate. Around 8k GGCs since one rank 4 is like 2k GGCs. Yeah, something like that. Those people who use mods don't really affect casual players, do they? They do. I have Cable Bishop, who's best to rank up. None of them awakened. Really? I'd probably start with Cable. No, it's because I have been having a ton of input issues and just goddamn near a nervous breakdown. Childhood trauma suffers from diminishing returns, I think. I think you haven't had a proper childhood trauma then. And yes, Jacob is right. These are like legit straight up financial crimes. I'm not advocating for any of the, you know, mercing things and stuff like that, but it's one thing to break TOS, which is like, you know, in-games policy. It's kind of like, I don't know, walking in Starbucks and putting your feet up on the table and just being like a total douche. You know, not a criminal action, you're just a dickhead for doing it. But if Starbucks ask you to leave and you don't, and then they call the cops, and the cops show up, and you're actually starting to harass the cops, which is a criminal action, then you can go to jail. It's kind of similar thing here, where one thing, you know, is still not good at all, but it's significantly less bad than what a lot of those people are doing then. What's up, 006? How are you doing? OG Cap may be trash, but his block prof is good. Oh yeah, he always well, that's the thing about OG Cap. He's always kind of been a one-trick pony. He always had a crazy good block prof. All of the caps have. All of the caps. Cable is good only for Apex. That's a bullshit thing to say. That's a very, you know, it's not like it's what's the best way to put it? You know, you can look at Sabertooth being only good for like the synergy. Cable, it's not only good for APOC synergy. Cable is only good with APOC synergy. But incidentally, once you do have both APOC and Cable, both of those champions are amazing. It's not that Cable is only serving as a synergy piece. It's that Cable requires APOC to be there in order to be a great champion, but he becomes a great champion. It's very, 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 very different. But yes. So there is a very, distinct difference from being a synergy piece or being a champion that requires a synergy to be amazing. Yeah, but get me? Honestly, James, I'm gonna be very, very honest right now. You're starting to really get on my nerves. And, you know, up to you what you choose to decide, but I will not go gentle from this point forward. There will be no lube, and I will be very, 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 very mean. Thoughts on Thronebreaker tier 6 basic offer today? Honestly, like, you know, 2-3 months ago, I would have snagged it right up. But right now, I don't want to give Kebab my money, you know? What's the point of paying $50 for like a drop of tier 6 basics when there are players around you getting like full-on rank ups and stuff like that? And I think this is probably the better time to kind of pause your acquisition of tier 6 basic, because unless Kabam directly changes course, this shit is going downhill and fast. And so one of two things will happen. So one of the two things are going to happen. Either tier 6 and tier 3 alpha is going to become wildly more available and wildly cheaper. Or as far as I'm concerned, you know, my interest in this game will be dead, at which point it still would have been a waste of money if I stop playing, you know? So I'm really not inclined to actually purchase anything right now. I'm really not inclined to purchase anything right now. Because it's very little rank 4 resources for $50. I didn't purchase that, you know, $100 monthly card either. 2 months ago, I would have 100% gotten it. Right now, it's again, either we are going to see a lot more cheaper rank 4 resources very, very soon, and a lot more of them in the content, or I'm just not going to be playing the game anymore. At which point, you know, buying this would have been a waste anyhow. So there's no real reason for me to even want to buy these things right now. Grinding on the last 1,650 units to get double edge. Nice. Best of luck, 006. Best of luck to you. Imagine iOS and Google ban MCOC from the stores, like they did with Fortnite. I didn't even know they did it with Fortnite. I didn't even know they did it with Fortnite. You want to spend cash on lightly 6-star 6 stones, even then ammo. Yeah, exactly. There you go, Taz. The game's running for 7 years. That'll make a lot of damage game to kill. Yeah, you're right, Dexter. Find other game income stream. Probably you ain't going nowhere since your job here. Correct. I understand that this is my job. I also understand that I'm fully capable of finding another job. You know, I did other things before I started doing this full time, and I'm perfectly capable of doing that. I think it's a very simplistic, it is my job, but you know, have you had more than one job in your lifetime? I'd say many people have. Or what do you do when your, I don't know, company goes under or whatever else? Just because this is the way I make my money right now does not mean that this is the way that I see myself making money 10 years or 15 years from now. Do you understand that, Rain? So Might be my job, but it doesn't mean it's going to be forever. Comparison to other pay-to-win games, MCOC is the most expensive. I'm not sure if that's true. I'm not sure if that's true. I have heard many different stories, so I don't think it is. Hey James, not James, Jacob, do you want to come back? Do you want to come back to this lovely little game? It'd be nice if you came back. Oh, come on, no, stupid domino. Stupid domino. Eddie, any tips on rapid metabolism domino? Organ variant 5.3.2? I don't recall them from top of my head, Eric. You are more than welcome to check out the stream that I did variant 5 in. But I generally don't recall what was the big issue with them. So, and yeah. Watch play other games too, Eddie. Only games. Thank you, Chaz. Thank you very much. So factors, yeah. Well, it's not a fact that I will not go anywhere, for instance. It's an assumption. There's a very big difference. You can't hide your assumptions behind facts. They're inaccurate. Fact is, you don't know what I would or would not do. Now that is a fact. Fact is that I am making my money from this game right now, but it is not a fact that I would not go anywhere. It is your assumption. That's a huge difference. Very dangerous to confuse those things. Which is, again, I'm going to say something very controversial. Something that I have particularly noticed with opposite gender. They like to assume they know other person. They put words in other people's mouth and thoughts in other people's heads. Or what now? No, talk. You said you're not going anywhere. The moment you say not going anywhere, that automatically implies going onwards from now. It doesn't mean that you're not going anywhere right this instant. Does it? You're telling, you're not going anywhere. It obviously is not referring to past, but it is referring from this point forward. It's not meant to be doing it right now. It's like today. And as long as it goes, forward, it's not fact or current situation, is it? Okay. So sure, Kabam is way too rich for my taste to play and support many other games. This is ridiculously royal. What do you mean ridiculously royal? So you could make some living off it, but you would have a strong following. Yeah, well, again, there are many things you can do in life. Not too stressed about it. Most expensive and less rewarding, the drop rates. That's why you buy things with guaranteed value. If you do spend money. Question for what do you think? Domino 6200, Apo can do or Kingpin 660. I'd probably go with Kingpin if I was you. Legacy got 100k subs on. Yeah, well, the thing with... Okay, I'm not going to comment on that. I'm just not going to comment on that. I just will not comment on that. Someone who plays Fortnite sometimes confirms that the item shop grew massively. Is the daily item section. Well, more besides that. Well, there you go. Kabam never studied probability properly. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe they did. I think Kabam is so disconnected from players, they're being so slow in offering tactics basic will make the money when people are not motivated. Well, though again, I don't want to comment on that. Kabam is not as stupid as people think they are. They do have a plan. They do have a map. They don't, do something for the sake of it. They plan it out weeks and months ahead. So we'll see what happens. Well, people follow him for his war stuff, right? That's the reason for slow. I'm not gonna comment on that second channel thing. Watch Psychopaths? I did not. You should really start a reaction debate channel. Maybe. Maybe. Nowadays, unless. Being a streamer nowadays, unless you're an icon brand, is very risky. Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. But, you know, again, I suppose it kind of depends on your definition of the risk. It's I understand that there is a group of people that want, like, you know, long-term stability, things like that. But most people are wise enough to realize that the thing that you do today in your 20s and 30s is not the thing that you're going to be doing in your 40s and 50s, right? And, well, at the very least, I know that for a fact. Like, I'm 31 right now. I don't expect myself to be doing this when I'm 35. It might have something to do with YouTube, it might have something to do with podcasts, or it might have nothing to do with all of those things, and I might do something with logistics, or I might have something to do with something completely else. And, you know, there are many things that I can't foresee. But the idea that I'm stuck doing this and unable to do something else is just ridiculous. I've been doing this full time now for less than a year. That means for, you know, over a decade of my adult life, I have made my living elsewhere and in different ways. And I'm sure I will do it again at some point. Whether I make that decision and change up to something else this week, next week, in a month, or 3 or 5, or a year, you know, I can see that. It's gonna happen. No matter what I want. It will happen. And it will happen for Brian as well. Obviously, the circumstances can be different. Whether it's your own choice, or it's necessity, or it's, you know, of your own incentive. Either way, it's gonna happen. So, you know, comments like Brian's stuck. No, Brian's not stuck. Trust me, Brian has made enough money not to do anything for a year or two and figure out what he wants to do eventually. You know that. You do understand that. Anyhow, carry on. Where's my baby Joe? Where's my baby Joe? Where's my fat Heimdall? Most people go into the mindset can do it forever, just kind of following their passion and money. Some people do. I think of almost like that character who acts dumb but is a genius in reality. I'm not saying that. There is, trust me, there is a lot of ineptitude and incompetence going around in Kabam HQ. I can promise you that. I think a lot of that is laziness, and people trying to do bare minimum to collect their paycheck, or people being overworked and understaffed. But when it comes to the big picture decisions, I'm not saying there is always the best plan, but there is a plan. And what they're doing is deliberate. I'm not saying those are the right decisions they're making. It's not a willy-nilly, unstructured, whatever, let's just go and wing it. There is an underlying plan that is being executed right in front of us with the gifting event, with the other awards, with everything else. Chels, would you use in verified fight code? Eric Nelson, let me answer your question flat out. I barely remember Variant 5. Variant 5 came out how long time ago? I have not revisited any time remotely recently. If I have to fight Korg in variant 5, I'm likely going to use a Mystic champion that does not have physical attacks. So Black Widow Clairvoyant or Doctor Doom or something like that. If I have to fight Domino, I'll try to find a champion that does not necessarily suffer too much from critical failures. Ideally, I will use Sorcerer Supreme with increased ability accuracy, or perhaps Longshot, whose ability accuracy cannot be decreased or something like that. I cannot and will not now try to, fully immerse myself into researching those two specific opponents in a specific variant in the middle of the stream. People think that if I have played a piece of content, I recall every minute detail of it. I don't. There is a good thing that I, as a YouTuber, do, however, and that is I clear all the content live. It's on the YouTube. Only thing you have to do is type in KT1 variant 5, and I promise you, you will find a stream where I do that piece of content and those specific fights, so you can actually check what I did do, which is much more better and useful than asking me, what do I think I did and can I remember? You don't need that. Information is far less accurate and valuable because, year and a half or 2 years later, I don't remember a lot of that stuff, or if I do them very vaguely. So what you're asking me is kind of trying to figure out what I think I would do, not what I would remember to do. But you yourself, and this isn't the first time, you asked me literally half an hour ago. Within that half an hour, you have had more than enough time to type in a couple of words in YouTube search bar and find that stream that is required. And take a look. I like helping people, but sometimes it just feels like taking a piss. Do I play any other games? No, Enric. What's up, man? I don't know, we'll see, Romin. Don't ask me to try and take. Brian can live a long time on beans. Sound technically a form of power control. It's a tricky conversation, to be honest. Is taunt a form of power control? Oh man, this is gonna give me an aneurysm. Because I can easily argue yes and no, and I agree with both. Jesus Christ. That is a conundrum. That is a conundrum. I can easily argue both opinions. Because I promise you, if I had to toss a coin, I would pick one side, I would be able to prove that to everybody, that taunt is somehow power control. You know what I mean? And then I'd be able to argue the other way around. Because there are very, very compelling arguments on both sides. Oh, this is good. This is good. It's down to power control. You know what? Katie Kanye stop playing MC. I've seen a lot of negative streams on what direction the game's going. Well, then again, I don't necessarily want to go with the idea that the streams are negative. I think the streams need to be looked as reflective much more than that. And I hope Kabam looks at whatever's happening right now the way I'm describing it. Because when things are not going great, people often tend to stop, think, and reflect. And, a lot of truth can come out of it. A lot of things can be like overcomplicated and overthought and stuff like that. But a lot of truth can come out of it as well. So, I don't know. Well, the direction of the game definitely isn't ideal, to say the least. it's way more complex than people like to think, you know. What we need to understand that I represent one very small group of players. You probably represent another small group of players, and when things get worse for one group, they often get better for another. For instance, perhaps, I'm just gonna spitball like a theory here. Most of the hardcore, dedicated, you know, try-hard players leave or retire or lose somewhat of an interest. But that opens a very active window in, let's say, Platinum 1 and bottom of or mid-tier Masters, and there's a lot less super competitive alliances, which means that people who are in Plat 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 get a lot more incentive to compete and become more active. And as the group that I currently represent of, you know, very active mid-tier spenders leave, new people flow into the place, you know, because the way we play the game alters depending on our own experience, excitement, and things like that. You know, I didn't start playing this game by, you know, buying $50 offers and things like that. I didn't buy my first offer till, I don't know, half a year later or something like that. And as people carry on playing the game, just because a marginal group of players have left, it does not necessarily mean the demise for the game. It might actually mean the opposite. And, you know, in the eyes of Kabam, we might be the problem because we have become very stagnant. We know the game very well inside and out. We have all the content completed. We are hard to please, stuff like that, and we might be the player group that Kabam doesn't actually necessarily specifically want playing the game. I'm not saying that's true. I'm saying that's one way to look at the things. And just because Kabam makes all the decisions that we right now in the stream feel disgusted with, it does not mean that a casual player who picked up this game 7 months ago feels the same. And it does not mean that what I do is going to in any way reflect and affect his decisions. And it doesn't mean that in another 6 months or a year's time, that player cannot become significantly more active and has much more of a chance to compete if they kind of like, you know, have the opportunity given to them to get those Masters brackets, which they don't really right now. So there are many perspectives to look at, and just because we are unhappy and disgusted with Kabam, it does not mean by any stretch of imagination that that is, you know, bad for Kabam or bad for the game. It could be the best thing ever. And that's just, you know, one spin on it. You can logically go through another 5 or 10 chains of events or ideas and trains of thought that can lead us to this situation where this current, we as a group of players are unhappy, but Kabam is happy, and it's within their interest, within their plan, and within their strategy to do that. Whether they're counting on us leaving or not or whatever else. But the fact of the matter is, what's good for Kabam is not necessarily good for me, another way around. What I would like to see in the game does not necessarily mean that the game would be better off because of it. You know what I mean? And it's just currently in, you know, very escalated situation. So yes, there are tons of negative streams, but all of those negative streams are proportionate, maybe a reflection of like 10-15% of the player base, you know? There's a lot of people who play the game casually, a lot of people who are not on YouTube, a lot of people here, there, everywhere. And a lot of people don't actually realize what is happening right now as well. Just saying. Just saying. There's way more ways to interpret this than just, Kabam bad, fuck off everybody kind of thing. Are you on the Sigma grinds? I don't know what it means, and I don't care what it means. I think the whole categorization of Alpha, Beta, Sigma, whatever else is fucking pathetic. I'm on KT motherfucking grindset. How about that? How about that? Sounds more of an AI control. But it also includes power bar manipulation. Can't blame Katie at all. Can't blame Seaton. Yeah, you shouldn't blame anyone. Why would you blame anyone? Hey, what's up, Wickos? How are you doing? Can't get any good alliance. What to do? Keep looking. Message JJ, Jack. He'll help you. Best command control. I don't know that. Oh. Best power control is Quake. You see, exactly, like that's exactly what I talked about. Aaron here, you know, he's missing, but the fuss is all about. He's having fun with the 100% free-to-play version of this game, and that's it. See, that's exactly what I described. Just because we are unhappy with something doesn't mean that everybody is. What's up, Naldo? How are you doing? The anime is for kids, probably. Well, every Pokemon Pikachu. Hey, what's wrong with every Pokemon being a Pikachu? Have you tried using CMM against Penny? I have not. What happens when you use CMM against Penny? 6-star challenges from 4 GGCs, which 3 of them are nice. Very good, Naldo. Very good. Congratulations. Congratulations on your luck. How many are top tier spenders in game, you know? I know a few. I know a few. It's got like 7 5-stars. Nice. You seem buzzing. Not true power control, and result betting more specials pseudo. Yeah, but pseudo power control can be some branch of power control. No, I don't know. Do you have any idea when we will be gifting? It will be 6th. Yes, I'm tired of this bloody question. 6th. Literally, in-game mail is telling you that. Read, you Donald Duck. Read. He's gonna be out bumping up for material and game charges exponential growth, whereas as far as it gets small. Yeah, so well, we're gonna see what happens, but they kind of will have to at this point, because if they do not bump rank 4 material availability exponentially, there's gonna be even more fluctuation of the game and bigger categorizations of players. So from my point of view right now, it's kind of something that I have to do, or the game as we know it will cease to exist completely. It's way fucked up right now, but unless they make rank 4 materials much more available, the entire top half of the game will just cease to exist in the way that we currently understand it. Toad's version of Sega, the more I look at Toad, more I hate him. Why do you hate on Toad so much? Why do you hate on Toad? My content I used to talk a lot of. Yeah, well, there's only that much you can do with swipe back, forward, and stuff like that, Taz, though. There's only as much as you can do, and Kabam has done a great job in stretching out the process of tapping on 2 buttons or swiping left and right into something that actually feels much more than that. You know what I mean? If you think about it, this game, you can't even jump or, you know, like even in the bloody PlayStation 1 games, you could either jump or kind of crouch or something. Can't even do that yet. Like, you know what I mean? These fighting controls are kind of like as simple as possible. 6-star guillotine 2099, good, yes. Lol, and the clown who wrote that signal convention. There's no need to be overly mean about it, but in general, I just don't care for things like that. Will Diablo decent unawakened? Yeah, Diablo is very good unawakened. What's up, Doc? How are you doing, by the way? Try. You'll be surprised how good of a counter she is. Maybe I should. Maybe I should try it. You're not letting the AI again. There you go. Come on, stupid Electro. Oh, crap. Yeah, we all have definitely different visions of perfect game. What is this reading that you speak of? I don't know. Don't run. Shoot, by the way. Ooh, maybe you should consider that as your biggest problem, doctor. You should perhaps check out the sensor masters. When in doubt, unify. Code ugly? Yeah, he's quite ugly, but still, you know, we learn to love ugly things. It's not like Mortal Abomination is eye candy, you know. 1 second, guys. I need to pop to the gents real quick. Well, sorry for the wait, Paul. Oh, it says. Good. There we go. We're back. What do you mean Immortal A-Bomb's handsome? Of course he is. If Immortal A-Bomb's handsome, then Code is too. All I'm saying is I cashed out in the right time. Maybe you did. You probably did. Maybe you did. Just need OG vision to hit your block and you get synthesis and you die. That is quite fun indeed, Eric. That's why you need to know when that synthesis is going to hit. Masakra rank 3? No, he's rank 2. Masakra's rank 2. I don't think Abyss is going to be done fully itemless for a really long time. I mean, eventually it's going to be possible. Just like labyrinth possible right now. It's just a question how long time. And MCOC is arguably the best fighting game on the mobile. That's why it sucks. That's why it feels so shitty. Kabam is doing what they're doing. That's the reason why it feels so shitty. And Kabam does Kabam things. None. Oh boy. You suck. You suck. Okay, whatever. I don't think I can. I might actually rank 3 my Massacre. I like it. Okay, and let's just. Yeah, exactly. I don't think path 2 or path 4 is gonna be done itemless for a while. You know, it might change with strikers if they're like really powerful and maybe 6-star rank 5s or something like that, but well, don't know. We'll see about that. You never know. A new champion might be like a game changer for some of those fights and stuff like that. Okay, let's tap these clowns. Oh crap. This one's okay. Well, Magneto can 2-shot Green Goblin. But maybe a 6-star rank 5 Magneto. You know. Yeah, but get me. So eventually, you know, it's kind of the same thing as like we used to look at the same way, like the Juggernaut, for instance. We could never imagine somebody one-shotting a Juggernaut or Agent Venom in Labyrinth and stuff like that. But, you know, eventually, it's plausible. Vulture counters, Thorax, power gain. Pretty nicely. Oh yeah, actually that could be a very fun interaction. You're quite correct. Vulture against Thorax, power gain. All no items you are gonna have to do other fighters marks. Well, you're gonna have 4 different champions. You know. Besides, for instance, if you somehow in future find a way to trigger that, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not saying anytime. Yeah, of course not anytime soon. Eventually it will be, but not right now. Because, you know, in theory, for instance, like, you can find ways to have this, like, infinite healing with, I don't know, Liquid Courage, Double Edge, plus, like, Professor X synergies or some stuff like that. And, you know, that's one of the reasons why this game is cool and it is awesome, because there are crazy amount of interactions and possibilities of what might happen and stuff like that, and how you can set yourself up. Yeah, in Abyss also, honestly, there aren't many hard fights. There's just a lot of long fights. Vin Diesel's proud of BL, what is that arena doing? So this Massacre being done without that? I don't know. That's why it wasn't too bad with, you know, somewhat ramped up Aegon. I think Luke Cage is arguably the trickiest fight in there. Probably. Favorite champion? I don't really. I mean, like Quake's my favorite, but there are I don't know 5, 6, 7 champions that I really like. I really enjoy using Man Thing. I enjoy using Carnage. I Hulk, Mallman. Family. Yeah, I figured it's gonna be a family joke. But 1 second. That's not, you know, Devansh. Here's the problem. I knew it's gonna be a family joke. I was merely politely correcting you. Right? BLDO does not mean anything. And you know, I would have let it slip, but you insisted on using the same abbreviation again in your second post, Devansh. BLDO. What is BLDO short for? BLDO is an abbreviation. Then, you know, fully expand on it. Quake has probably the most boring playstyle. I don't find it boring. I actually find it interesting because when I use Quake, with Quake I feel more connected to this game than with any champion, because it doesn't matter if you know how to use her. Nothing else matters. Just how well you can play Quake right now. That's literally the only thing that matters. So there are many things that I do like about Quake. I know it's not for everybody, I understand that. But what's the best way to explain it? When I'm quaking, I think that's about as connected as I have ever been with any game, and definitely this game in particular, because that's all about your even the slightest finger movements. What did Mr. Fun say then? Why did he get timed out? What did you do, Accelerate? To each their own. Well, there you go. Yeah, and you know, I'm fine. If you think it's boring, you know. There is something special in it. Don't have favorites either. They're like my children, love them all equally. Well, almost all of them, yeah. You know, you never love all your kids equally either, do you? She-Hulk was really fun to try and learn for Luke, but Doom was the safe option. Well, there you go. So my phone was in my pocket, you little bitch. 29 for Sabertooth. Yeah, Jellycan. She's Sabertooth in rank 4. It was Jellycan who did that. And yeah, I never want to do 2000 hit fights. Let's put it like that. I really don't want to do 2000 hit fights. I'd much rather use some units and revives. Or units or revives or whatever else than do 2000 hit fight. Yeah, Shang-Chi should be very good for that fight, yes. Just use Doom and said I will use 7 revives. Yeah, that's pretty much the way I have to approach it, probably. Right, I'm my mom's favorite and my siblings let me know about it. Yeah, I had a grandma, and her favorite was the middle kid, like middle of, like I have 2 older brothers, and her favorite was the middle one, and it was so funny to see it all unfold. Because, you know, she did her best to take care of all of us, but it was so obvious that one guy can get away with murder. And, you know, it had the funniest kind of literal embodiment. Basically, had this, she was my auntie, but she was effectively like a grandma, and she visited us every weekend. And she was also the way we got our pocket money. Our mom didn't really give us any money unless it was for something specific, but she was the one that gave us our pocket money. No, I'm not the middle child. I'm the youngest one. And she basically gave all of us a $5, as in like that was kind of like the guaranteed amount. And then before leaving, just before leaving, she came to say goodbye to us and gave us some coins, right? Which was typically another like two lots, which is, you know, like £3 or something like that. Which is basically another couple of, you know, monies. And so all 3 of us always got the $5, and then you could, every single time, me and the oldest one, we got like another 150, 250 on a good weekend, and the middle one always got another 350 or 450, sometimes even another $5. And it was like so obvious, and every single time, and it wasn't a coincidence. It wasn't which one of us was naughty, which one of us was bad. It was every goddamn time. Don't get me wrong, like obviously we were all grateful and we loved it, but yeah, it was like I got like two quid extra. Then, you know, she goes to the oldest one, gives him another like 2 or 250. It's like, oh, you're older, here's, you know, lemonade or something, ice cream money. And then she goes to him, and, you know, there are a lot of things like that with him, though. There are a lot of things like that. No favorite child is the biggest life. Yeah, exactly. There's always a favorite child. There's always a favorite child. Gonna be like dealers when giving his money behind parents' back. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. But, you know, my auntie was... What's the best way to describe her? You know, I'm really, really great. She unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago. But she's an amazing human being. And she really took care of us. And she was the one person...
Dog $10. Just because.
Well, thank you very much, K-Dog. Thank you very much, K-Dog. But very kind of you. But she was the one person to put my mother in order, and that was the funniest thing. That was the funniest thing with our auntie, because, you know, we were being naughty, and you know, mom obviously had to deal with it, and when we felt that we are being mistreated, which was obviously much more often than we really were, like looking back objectively, you know, mom was right on many of those things, but we always snitched our mom to our auntie, and our auntie had a go at our mom, like if we were grounded and shit like that, you know, like, I don't know, we did something stupid, got in trouble in school, we got grounded, then we snitch. You know, mom was mean, mom said this, mom said that. And then our auntie had a chat with the mom and like, look at that. Saturday afternoon, I'm not grounded anymore. So we always kind of had, well, it's not Saturday afternoon, it's Sunday afternoon, because she always came on Sundays. No, Saturdays. Was it Saturdays? Sundays? Came on Saturdays. And yeah, basically we were waiting for a Saturday every single week to snitch our mom. But she was also like, it's very hard to describe. She was like very strict as well. Like she had very, very strong views. And you had to comply. Everybody had to comply. Like she was the gravitational center of her universe, and she bent for nobody. Everybody was bending their will around her. She was nice and she was super helpful, and she just frankly didn't care like a lot of trivial things. But if she did care about something, everybody had. For instance, you know, in her worldview, men had to have short haircuts and no beard. And as we were getting in our teen years, we knew if you know, our hair is getting long, then that's it. If need be, she herself is going to drag us to the hairdresser and basically, you know, take us by the neck and make sure that we're matching the way she wants us to look. Like when I was growing older in my 20s, and I was living in UK already, and I was visiting back home, and I grew out a beard for like the first time properly. You know, we got into a major scuffle, like a major scuffle, with this old lady who's having a full-on proper meltdown at me for my beard, about the way I look. And you know, I was a grown man earning a wage, and she still slid in like a $5 in my jacket pocket for hairdresser as she was leaving the home. Remember doing Camp Icarus at 2000, it was like 2000 hits and torture. Why do you do that, Devansh? Why do you do that? Thanks for sharing, man. You're welcome, Aaron. You're welcome. My auntie's favorite, yes, but that's because I was the naughtiest by far and I spent a lot of time at my auntie's house because I didn't get along with my parents at the time. The cool thing is that aunties don't care about that stuff because they know kids are kids, and that's not going to be who you are when you grow up. My auntie was English teacher, so I would visit her house. Parents loved it, I hated it. It's still a good thing though. Best auntie right there. Yeah. Our auntie was awesome. She's one of the... Oh, I genuinely, truly loved, feared, and respected her my entire life. I remember snitching to my grandmother. Yeah, my mother didn't do much in the house, but I used to get spooked when I got home. Can I kill the unit man? I don't know. Can you? Give it your best shot. Didn't? Sorry, I don't understand you, Eric, right now. Didn't you kill the unit man? Didn't I kill the unit man? Hello, what's up, Kelly and Broly? How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Exactly, she was a lot more understanding, and well, she was right. How I acted when I was a kid. Well, teen is not who I am. Exactly. I haven't played in a year or so. Well then, what are you doing in these parts? Huh? Yeah, Jack, if you want, JJ can help you find an alliance. But then, yeah, obviously, talk to JJ. Talk to JJ, Jack. Here we go. Come on, let's get to 350k points at the very least. Bare minimum that we can do. There's a movie line in which if your friend fails, you feel sad, but if he is more successful, it hurts even more. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think it's a shit way to look at life, and I utterly disagree with it. I genuinely, like, as in, like, my default position, all the people in the world, you know, that I don't know, haven't met, by default I wish them well. And I definitely wish well to all of my friends, you know. Obviously it's impossible to deny that I'd be slightly jealous, but I'd be happy for them, you know. You know, jealousy is a thing that, you know, just creeps up on you, but as long as you can have a clear view in life, you know, when good things happen to people around you, that by extension means that good things are happening to you too. Because it's much better for you if you're surrounded by happy people. It's easier to be happy yourself. I think White Mommy gave me one of the cooler kind of insights on the thought of life, and that is to think that, you know, we're all in this together. It's all kind of like connected, and ultimately, you know, when a good thing happens to one person, it happens to all of them. And when a bad thing happens to somebody, it happens to all of us. And the more important thing is, you know, whether your actions are net positive or net negative on the world. And you should just try and live your way to be actually positive influence on somebody else. Doesn't matter how many people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,000, whatever. Just make sure that, you know, you leave shit better, in better order than you found it in. No, we don't have Act 8 out yet. We're soon getting 7.4 though. We're waiting for 7.4. It should be in February probably. So yeah, that idea when if your friend is more successful, it hurts. It's fucking awful. I think it's a horrible thing to spread in the world. You see, small thing of jealousy is just that. It's small thing of jealousy. Shouldn't refer to something awful. It's just a fucking horrible, horrible idea to spread around. And jealousy creeps up on you. Yeah, exactly. You can be jealous and happy at the same time. So, you know. Yeah. Where's your Silver Surfer, Jacob? Yeah. Here we are. I know you didn't mean anything sinister. It's just very little. Low. Maybe. I think that's the way to describe it. If that is the part you focus on, if something good happens to a friend of yours, then you're just a very little human being. A weird outlook on life from my grandma. So life is a dark room, eerie and unclear, and the people around you are candles. Make life less dark and help you and help give clarity. So make them last. That's also quite thoughtful. Look at that. I'm at 350 units, but oh wait, gifting has ended. Alright. But we can open some arena crystals now. How many arena crystals can I get? Just the 20. Drunk thoughts are similar to shower thoughts. I suppose they are. I don't know, Katie. Katie's birthday was one of the days I smiled most last year. It was really awesome to see. Yeah, it was a very, very, very great day. I genuinely haven't forgotten it. And drunk. The drunk heart speaks so much. But yeah, it was. I can generally say that what happened last birthday was like one of the best birthdays, if not the best birthday I've ever had. It genuinely, you know, was very moving. Anyways, time to finish the stream before we get too soapy here. So, hope you guys enjoyed today's stream, such as it was. My humble offering to you all. And if you did, well then, come back later for more. See you guys. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next month